Hello! I'm Liz, one of Derry's reference librarians, and welcome to another episode of Misinformation Busters. Once a week, we tackle a rumor or false, misunderstood information and try to separate fact from fiction. This week, we're talking about gardening, or more specifically, the mystery of those Chinese seeds. So, what's the story? In June of this year, 2020 really has been a weird one, citizens in multiple states received packages of seeds. Sounds normal, except they did not order them. And the packages appeared to originate from China, and even stranger, some of them weren't labeled as seeds. One Utah resident said that their package was labeled as earrings. This spread on social media, and so did speculation, and this is a weird story. Unsolicited seeds from China? It sounds suspicious. Speculation ranged from bioweapons to drug smuggling to more tongue-in-cheek ideas, such as that if you plant the seeds, Audrey 2 from Little Shop of Horrors will be the result. Don't feed the plants, indeed. So, what are the facts? Well, both state and local departments of agriculture were on this rather quickly. In fact, one of the ways this story spread through social media was a post by the Washington Department of Agriculture warning recipients to not plant the seeds. And thankfully, most people have complied and sent the seeds in to be tested. And some of the species have been identified. Osama El-Issi, the deputy director of the USDA's Plant Protection and Quarantine Division, said that many of the species are innocuous. They're like cabbage, rosemary, mint, lavender, and roses. Still, this does not mean that they are safe to plant. Not all of the seeds have been identified, and Dr. Steve Cole, the director of Clemson University's Regulatory Services Unit, who has been testing seeds in South Carolina, says that of the 1,600 seed packets that have been analyzed, 3 invasive plant species have been identified. And even if the species isn't harmful, the seeds have been cultivated in a completely different environment and might not be suited for our soil. And let's take into account things that can't be seen. There's bacteria, invasive microbes, insecticide or fungicide, which can all harm crops. Some people actually have planted the seeds, though they've planted them in plots separate from the rest of their garden. And so far, there really is nothing too strange. In one case, a melon-like fruit was reported, and it was advised that no one eat it. No Audrey 2 yet. So, we know what the seeds are, but why are they here? Is it drug smuggling? Plant smuggling? A way to ruin American crops? Are the unidentified plants Audrey 2 or worse, body snatcher plants? Well, as it turns out, all signs point to a scam rather than malice. The USDA and other analysts see evidence pointing to a brushing scam. A brushing scam is when a company sends unsolicited items to unsuspecting people and then writes fake reviews to boost their sales. In fact, brushing scams with seeds in international mail are more common than we think because people buy seeds from all over. This has just happened to be a very widespread scam. But there might be something else to worry about besides plants. Felissa Clark of the Better Business Bureau told CBS in an interview that if you receive seeds, your online identity might be compromised. Quote, someone knows enough about you to create a profile online and use you to manipulate the system. Or at the very least, they know your name and address. So, it looks like we're not due for an invasion of pod people or carnivorous plants, but if you get those seeds, call the USDA or your state Department of Agriculture. And if your plants start to ask for blood or someone you know starts acting strangely and points at you and screams, maybe call the USDA or grab a flamethrower. Jokes aside, please call your State Department of Agriculture. Thank you for watching, and as always, look for our sources in the comments. And if you do want to do some research, you can use our EBSCO databases available through the library's website. We'll see you next week.